In this video, let's go through a simple step-by-step process to create this interactive accordion component. And stick around for a bonus tip of how to make your accordion much more robust and flexible as you're building out a design system. So we have our frame here in Figma that I just have a simple grid on. And the first thing we want to do for our accordion is click T on our keyboard and type out our word. So this will be accordion title. I'll be turning the grids on and off. All I'm doing with that is just clicking Shift G, and that just turns the grids on and off. The next thing we want to do to build out accordion is open the Lucid Icons plugin, and we want to find a chevron icon. So search for chevron and drop that in and make sure that it's within your frame. And now that we have those two items, let's select them both and click Shift A on our keyboard to apply auto layout. We'll rename this accordion title. What we want to do here is let's drag it so it's the width of the safe area. Let's make the space between the gap here, let's make it at about 24 pixels. And then let's select our accordion title and change the width setting from hug to fill container. So what that does is that however long you make your title, it will wrap and it will take up the most amount of space in this. We might reduce our title just a little bit as it looks a little bit large and make it medium. Now the next thing that we need to do to build this out is a few different parts of it. So we have our title built out now. Now we need to build out our body text. So click T on your keyboard and draw a type box. And now let's just use another plugin, a Lorem Ipsum. You can use whichever one you want. Just come across to plugins and search for Lorem Ipsum. And let's put in how many words we think so we can build around that. So let's say we think that each accordion might have about 3 sentences. So let's put 3 sentences in and let's change this to more of a body size, so regular. And then we'll make the size of it about 16. And we'll slightly reduce our color here so it's a little bit softer, just so there's a little bit of better hierarchy. Now that we have our text selected, we're going to click Shift A because we kind of want to think about the box model as we're building this. And also I'll give you another reason later on of how to make your accordions a bit more powerful that we've built it this way. Select Shift A to apply auto layout. And now we'll rename this accordion body. Let's take out the padding. Let's take out the spacing currently. Right now we just have a very simple accordion. So after we build out the most basic version, we can go through and style it however we want to, but let's just get the structure of it right. With accordion body, let's select our type and let's do the same thing again. The width, let's change it from fixed, let's make this fill. So then that way as well, with the accordion body, it just makes it much more responsive. If you want to make it smaller, or if you want to use this across mobile and desktop in your design system, as you make it bigger or smaller, you can see how it's responsive. Now, let's select both of these. So holding down Shift, so you can select multiple items, and click Shift A. And now this is all within auto layout. And now let's make this accordion. Let's make the gap between 24. And now you have a very, very basic accordion. One thing let's just do before we make it a component is let's just check how responsive it is as we go. Because we've set up all of the fill properties before, it's actually going quite well and it's responsive at the moment. So now with that, select your accordion and come up to the top right here and click Create Component. Let's add a property. We want it to be a variant. Let's make this state. So let's click this purple plus here to add one more variant. And we'll make this bottom one the open state, and we'll make this top one the default state. So now we got to change it around in here a little bit so that the states make sense and you can see how they interact with each other. So first off, the default state, we need to get rid of the text here. There's a few different ways to do it. You could turn on clip content and you could drag it up and then it would reveal downwards. That way is better for the animation and it looks smoother, but it isn't as responsive because you're getting a fixed height here instead of using hug. So an easier way that I find, especially if you're just beginning and you're trying to build a bigger design system and thinking about the scalability of it, is select the accordion body and come over to the appearance tab and there should be a little eye here. Make sure you click hide on the eye. And now it's hidden, you can't really see it. It's still there, but it's just turned off. And now with our accordion title, we want to leave it revealed like that, but we want to flip our icon around as currently this is showing a closed state, and now we want to flip it around. So holding shift as we get that little drag corner and drag it around 180 degrees is one way you can do it. Or another way is that you can have it selected and click Shift V, and that will flip it upside down. So either of those ways, you can flip the accordion around. Now to make it responsive, you want to select your accordion, you want to select your default accordion, come up to prototype and drag a noodle. You'll see this little blue plus icon here from your default to your opened, and make it on tapped, change to the open state, and let's change the animation from instant to smart animate and make it about 350 milliseconds. And just leave it as easy out as a starting point. And then the other thing is that now that you have the open state, let's close a loop. So select your open state, and same thing, look for the little blue icon here, drag a noodle you'll see, and drag it back to default, and make it on tap, change to default, and 350 milliseconds. And now with that, we can give it a test. Let's just draw another frame to test it on. Click F on your keyboard and select a frame. Let's use this 391. And just set up a quick grid. Columns, 4 columns. I think I had 32 margin and 24 gutter. If you want me to do a more in-depth video on how I set up these grids with columns and the whole thinking behind that, comment below and I could make a video about that. So this will be our test frame. Now let's select our accordion and make sure that you're holding Option, so you're dragging a copy of it. You're not taking the original version out because that will break the component. Make sure that doesn't happen. Make sure that you're just dragging out a copy. The other thing you can do is you could right click and click copy, and then on your test frame, click paste here. So you're actually just making a copy of it. You don't want to drag your original one out as that will break your component. And now within here, you can very easily set up a couple of these. Let's have 4. Let's select all 4 of them and click Shift A and do a gap between them of 24. Now, when we select our frame and click the play button up here to present, now when you click it, you can very easily see how you've made an accordion. The words appear, and you can do this very easily, stacking them on top of each other and then closing them as well. And the chevron shifts as well to show that you have opened it. And that's how you can very easily set up an accordion. Now to talk about that thing I was talking about before with being able to supercharge your components a little bit. As you're building out a bigger design system, if you want to make things a little bit more robust and flexible, one of the things I've talked about in previous videos is adding slot components within our component. So all a slot component does is a component that sits hidden somewhere within the component that you can switch out. Sometimes they're called switcher components. That you can put another component within it and have a nested component. So I showed this on another video when I was talking about a table, being able to have a slot component in there so you could add things like an avatar. You can do the exact same practice with this accordion. So I'll just walk you through that. The reason we do a slot component is that it gives us the flexibility as you don't know what you might need to put into it. So you might need to put a button in as an example, or you might need to put in an input field or something like that. So you can have a slot component in there that keeps it clean, but gives you the flexibility as the product changes or maybe the website changes. So all a slot component is just a generic component. So here's one I have here, which all it is really just some words wrapped within an auto layout frame. So let's make a copy of it. So holding Option, don't drag the original one, make sure you're dragging a copy. Then we just want to nest that within our accordion title. So one thing I found sometimes building out these systems is sometimes they want to have a button in them as a CTA. So let's explore how we could make sure that we're allowing for that. So we'll put our slot component within our accordion body here. So that's why I said before to make sure that we wrapped it in an auto layout frame, so it gives us flexibility to add different things or change it around in there. So let's change the auto layout stacking from horizontal. Let's change it to vertical, and then Command V, because I still have the slot component saved, we can add that in here. Let's change the accordion body from center aligned to left aligned, and now we have it down the bottom here. So we don't want it to be visible all the time. So how we get around that is that down here at appearance, there's this little icon. I don't really know what it's meant to look like, a gear or something like that. But we have this thing called apply a variable or a property. So we click that, and then it opens a little window, and we want to add new variable or property. So we want to add a property, and our property is going to be for our slot component. So currently right now we have an on-off value of, we can be showing the slot on default. We actually don't want to be doing that. So let's come back into here, come to our slot component, make sure it's selected. First off, click the hide button. So now it's hidden, but we still are actually selecting it. So don't click away from it. Come back to this little gear icon. Same step, open the menu, click the plus. And now we still want to make the name of it show slot. And it is false because it's not on right now. So now we can create that property. So now that we've applied that property, you can still see I have it selected on the left here, the slot. And then on the right, under appearance, you'll see this purple thing, and this is showing you what the property is. So the property of it is show slot. So you can unlink it, or you can go to the property and you can edit whatever you need to. If you wanted to change it or turn it on by default as an example, you could do that all within here now. One thing we need to do as well is that we've only applied it to the open state. We need to actually apply it to the default state as well, so that it's smoother when it goes from default to open, so that it's both there. So come down here, select your slot component, click Command C to copy it, and then come up to your default, and then just place it in the same place. So here it's in the accordion body, and it's underneath the word. So if you want it to be the same, come down to default, come to accordion body, and then click Command V, all within this side panel here. And you can see that it's appeared there as well now. Because this is all hidden, because it's a default stage, you can't see it visually right now, but you can tell by looking in this sidebar, in the kind of tree view on the side here, you can see that you've applied it there. So we have it in our default state of our component, and also our open state of our component now as well. And you can tell, because you've copied it, it's taken the property as well. You can see here, you have the show slot property here. And then when you come and click down on this version as well, this is still taking the same property. So it's better to copy it that way instead of pasting two different versions of it in. Apply the property to one and then copy it from the open one back to the default. The last thing we want to do as well is currently there's no gap between the text and the component. So we just want to add a little bit of space so that whatever component we turn on, there will be some space there. And now with that done, we can actually test out our component, see if it's responsive, see if all the things that we have set up for it works, and we can test that it's flexible and responsive. So now if we go to our accordion over here, when we open it, we'll see this little property here with this toggle. So we can toggle the slot on and off now. And now say for an example, we actually want a call to action in this component as someone's building out the website. It's very easy now that we have this slot in here without having to detach the component. We can select the slot and we can easily change it to something else. So in this file, I have a button component, and I know that we want to add a button component in there. So instead of having to think about every single scenario and build out a massive list of variants, we can add a slot in there, and that makes it a bit more flexible. So now we put the button in there, and now we have this button component, which is just in our file. This is just a large button variant that I have from a design system I'm building, but it just gives the content editors or the designers a much easier workflow and flexibility of now they have a button within here. And we can do that with anything. We can make it a different component. We can put a form in here, anything like that. It's just very easy to use with the flexibility of the slot component. And this is cool because with these as well, we can actually open them all up. And then if we want to test maybe the length, maybe we have an FAQ page, so we need to put some different length text in here. So this is good, and then maybe number 3 is here. And then we know that the last one has the button within it as well. If we close all these off and we want to prototype, for example, or we just want to test how our design is going to look as it kind of spans across screen sizes, we can prototype this. And then within here, you'll actually have all the unique text because we've made it a variant, and we can even have the button in here as an example to show how that's going to look because we're using that slot component as well. So we've just built out a very simple but a very flexible accordion component. And the last thing I was saying before as well, if you want to style this in a different way, so this is a very basic accordion that we've set up. Let's hold Option down and drag it over here. We can style this however we want. This is just the basis of it now, but if we want to change it, so maybe you want to have it wrapped in something, or maybe we want to have a background. This is just simple styling changes. So let's make it 24 padding on all sides. And let's round the corners a little bit. Let's add a soft background to it as well. And then we'll do the same for this as well. So let's just copy the properties from this one. So we knew it was 24 by 24. And let's click I to make the background color the same. So we just want to eyedropper it. And the last thing is just rounding the corners to 6. And then very quickly, you've kind of styled it however you want. So you can really go crazy with this sort of styling. And then we can drag some copies over here. And we can test it out just the same as before. Hold Shift down, wrap this in an auto layout frame, click Command C and then Command V to add a couple more. Let's wrap both of these so that they scale as they go down the page. Click Present. And now we have two very distinct types of accordions, but they still work the exact same. So you can really style it however you want. Once you've set up this interactiveness with the prototyping and you follow this, you have a very flexible and very robust accordion component. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know what you thought. If you have any other future videos you want me to make, let me know in the comments below, and check out another video while you're here.